Good evening, Roehampton Club. This is Susanne with another 45-minute Pilates class. Tonight you're going to be needing some light hand weights, around 1 kilo, and a block. And of course your mat, and then I need your bodies and your brain as well. Here we go. All right, stand up, stand behind your mat. Feet are hip width apart. Stand nice and tall over the top of your heels and start with lovely shoulder circles. In through the nose, out through pursed lips. Good. Keep circling. I've got a very limp lamp here. Oh well. It's in the way slightly, but I think you can still see me. Good. So nice and tall and then big shoulder rolls backwards. Good, and then stand just nice and tall, making sure that the hips are facing forward, the belly button is pulling inwards, and the tail is gently tucking inwards or downwards. So you have that lengthening sensation through the tailbone. And then lengthen from the hip to the crown of the head. Look up to the ceiling, look up into your hands, and then breathe out to look down onto the floor. So not only are you mobilizing the shoulders, but you're also mobilizing the neck. So make sure you keep breathing whilst you're doing it. Stretch up and back down. Keep going with this. Pulling the arms wide. One more time. Fantastic. Good. Osteoporosis, come forward with a straight back. Everybody else, come down, chin to chest. Nice rounded back. Lean into your toes, everybody. Inhale at the bottom, exhale to take it back again. Now make sure when you come down that your knees are slightly softened. And then pull those thumbs backwards to open up your front line. Lifting the breastbone up, bringing the hands back to your side. Off you go again. So don't lock your knees out, keep them gently soft. Lean a little bit deeper this time. Come back to the top. And again, if you have osteoporosis, you should try to come forward with a perfectly straight back, particularly thinking about lifting that breastbone forward. You've got one more here. Exhale back to the top. Don't forget you're gently tucking the tail between your legs. And then one more time, pull those arms back. Good. Bring the arms to your side. We're now going to lift one arm to the ear. The other one, we're going to pull behind us. The top arm is going to be pulled back as far as we can. Good, and now we're going to swap. Breathe out as you do this. Breathe out and out and out. Good. Keep that torso nice and steady. Nice, steady torso. Nice long arms, so you don't want to have any rocking through the upper body. Breathe out and out. Good, keep going with this. Just warming up those shoulders. We're going to need them in a moment. We've got 4, 3, 2, 1. Fantastic. Bring the arms down, widen your legs. Good. Same amount of weight on both of your feet. The hands are lined up with the seams of your leggings or shorts. And then you're going to go from side to side here. Finding the length in your spine and pulling up from the hip to the crown of your head. Finding the stretch just above that hip bone. Same amount of weight. So make sure that you're not shifting the weight from side to side. So just keep it nice and even and listen to the body. You need to feel a stretch just above the hip bone. Good. We're now going to lengthen the arm into this. Good. Really, really reach up to the ceiling. Imagine there is a person in the ceiling and that person is pulling your hand up to the ceiling. Good. Make sure that you only ever do as much as you can. So if you're a little bit sore in places today, then just do what you can. Don't feel guilty if you're not doing as much as you did last week. Just do as much as you can and keep listening to your bodies. You've got 2 more and 1 more. Fabulous. Good. We're bringing the arms forward and we're going to hold the arms in that position. Pull the shoulders back. Good. You're going to take it down into a squat. and come back up again. Good. So do as much as you can. If it's just a tiny little knee bend, then it's just a tiny little knee bend. Good. On the way down, feel your quads. On the way up, feel your bum cheek engage. Inhale to take it down. Exhale to come up. Inhale to take it down. Exhale to take it up. You've got 2 more. Take it down. Good job. Last one. And come back up. Good. Now take it halfway down. Halfway. Hold it right there and really lock those thighs in and your bum cheeks. And then let's do the arms again. So lift one arm up, bring the other one back and move through it. Breathe out every time you pull back. You've got 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fantastic. Arms forward and back to the top. Lift the arms to your side and start your rotation. Look over the shoulder and back to the front. At the moment, allow the hips to move a little bit with the movement. So as the hip bone is moving gently with the motion, but you're not leading with the hip bones. You are still leading with the rib cage. So have a look at me. Some of you are doing this. You're swinging from side to side. Can you see how my hips are moving? This doesn't do anything for your back. You need to think about rotating the spine and keeping the hips a little bit more calm. Yes, I just said move the hips a little bit, but I don't mean swinging through the hips. So make sure that you allow the hips a little bit of movement, but not too much. Good. Now listen, if your back isn't sore and you haven't got osteoporosis, then keep your hips beautifully facing forward. So now there is no more movement at all through the hips. Yeah, and make sure the head turns. You don't need to see me for this. 3 more. 2. Last one. And 1. Fantastic. Bring it back to the center and drop your arms. Big shoulder rolls. Good. Grab your hand weights. Grab your hand weights, please. Make sure you squat down nicely to pick them up. Okay, stand nice and tall. We're going to start off by just lifting the arms up and back down again. Breathe out to lift. Breathe in to take it down. And I really want you to feel your core. So pull your belly in. Draw the tail between your legs gently and lift your pelvic floor. Shrink your waist, so you should feel like you're wearing a belt around your waist. Breathe out and breathe in. And really lengthen the fingertips out and away. Good, you've got 2 more. You've got 1 more. Now hold it there. Now rotate palms up and palms down. Palms up and palms down. Good, keep going with that. Palms up, palms down. 2 more. Palms up, palms down. Up you go with the palms and down. Good. And then bring the palms facing forward. Close your arms and open them up. Close your arms and open them up. Breathe out as you open up. Come on, try to lift your arms a little bit higher. Of course, you can have a break if you need it. And now feel the muscle between your shoulder blades pull together as you pull back. You've got 3 more. 2. And then we're going to hold it back there. And from in between the shoulders, pull together. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And bring those arms down. Good job. Big shoulder rolls. Well done. Now, palm of your hands are facing upwards now. Your elbows are tucked into your torso. The core is engaged. We're now going to pull the thumbs backwards on the exhale. On the inhale, we bring it forward. On the exhale, we pull the thumbs back. On the inhale, forward. Find it around the top of your shoulders and in between your shoulder blades. And breathe out. And breathe in. Keep going. Breathe out. And breathe in. You've got 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it open and give me little pulses. Tiny little pulses. Steam train breathing here. So quite strong exhales, small ones. Got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And bring the arms to your side. Good job, widen your legs. Now I've got little non-stick pads underneath my socks. If you don't have non-stick socks, you might need to stand onto your mat. So I need you to be able to stand with wide legs without suddenly going into the splits. Hands in front of your chest. Good, nice and wide. You're going to go down, hips behind you, feel the inner thighs open up. Come back to the center. Over to the other side, feel the inner thigh opening up and back to the center. Good, a little bit deeper if you can, and back to the center. Go again, do as much as you can. Good, we're now going to take one hand weight on the hip, the other one goes overhead. Good. Draw the belly in with a straight spine. You're going to reach for your big toe and bring the arm back up again. So, same side. Reach for your big toe and bring it back up. Try not to arch your back. So you don't want to round the back as you come down. You want to keep the back straight, particularly lifting that breastbone forward. Take it down and lift up. Bend your knees, please. A lot of you are not bending the knees. You need to physically bend that knee more. That's it. Even more. Bend that knee. One more on this side. Bring it up. Hold the arm. Drop the hand behind you. Breathe out to lift. Drop the hand behind you. Breathe out to lift. Good. 4 more. Take it down. Breathe out to lift. Take it down. Breathe out to lift. 2 more to go. Down. Lift it up right behind your head. Lift up and bring the hand on your hip. Extend the other one. So focus on bending the knee, reaching for your big toe with a bent knee and a long leg. Show me again. Bend the knee, reach for your toe and push up. Work on that knee bend. Also keep your shoulders and hips aligned. What I mean by that, have a look if you're not sure. Don't rotate and reach. You keep the shoulders and the hips aligned, you take it down and you come back up again. Good. Reach for it and back up. 2 more, reach for it, back up, last one, reach for it, lift up, hold, drop the arm behind your head, lift it up, take it down, lift it up. Good, keep going. Keep those legs wide. You've got 4, 3, 2, last one, and a 1. Fantastic. And keep those hand weights together. Place them next to the mat on the floor and then make your way down onto the mat. Please start with the cat-cow. So on hands and knees. And you're finding a lovely rounded back and then an arched back. Making sure that you're not forcing or pushing anything. So it's a fairly gentle affair. Make sure that you keep breathing. This lamp is not playing ball at all tonight. I need to get a screwdriver on it. Keep going. I hope that you still see me, even with that lamp not doing what I wanted it to do. Good, and then hold it in a cat. And from here, come as far back as your knee joints and hip joints will allow you to come. Reach forward with those arms. Good, and then come back up. And drop your elbows, both of them, underneath your shoulders. Your elbows are lined up with your shoulders, your knees are lined up with your hips. You're now going to extend one leg, and on the exhale, you're going to lift that leg up, and it needs to be a nice long leg. So come on, lengthen the legs a little bit more. Really find the length all the way into your heels. All the way into your heels. Keep going. Keep moving. Good. Higher up, please. Don't stop just because I'm not doing it, okay? Don't bring the knee down again. Keep that leg long. Don't bend the knee. Big toe on the floor and straight back up again. Big toe on the floor and straight back up again. Not the knee. Big toe and straight back up again. You've got 2 more. Come on, lift up, long leg, hold. Little pulses. You've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that leg underneath you and sit back once more into that child's pose. Okay, so what I've seen in some of you is that you were bending the knee and placing the knee back underneath your hips. That is okay if you want to have a break. But I think you're strong enough now not to have that break. And if you do want a break, have a proper break. So you're going to extend the other leg. That means the leg is long. It's standing on its toe. Good. And then lift up and then just bring the toe down. Don't bend your knee. That's it. That's better. Pull the shoulders down your back. Keep breathing. Make sure the core engages, and you want to lift this leg up until you feel the glute engage. Good. You've got 6, 5, 4. Lift the back of your head up again. 3, 2. Hold it at the top and give me little pulses. You've got 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Bring that leg down and once again, come into your child's pose. Sit back and breathe into it. Fantastic. Let's come onto our side. So lie on your side, take the block underneath your head. Stack your shoulders, stack your hips. Hand is on your hip bone and extend the top leg. A nice, lovely, beautiful long leg. Draw the belly button in, tuck the tail in. Feel that belt around your waist. Make sure the waist is lifted, the ribs are lifted. From here, we're just going to point and flex the toe for a couple of times until you're all ready. Excellent. Looks good. You've got 4, 3, 2, and then point your toe. Now lift your leg up, but only as far as you can without losing your waist. Tap the big toe on the floor in front of you, lift it back up, and then tap the big toe behind you without the bottom leg raising up. Lift up and bring it forward. Lift up and bring it behind you, making sure the bottom leg doesn't come off the floor. Try to keep your waist lifted. Breathe out to lift. Breathe in to take it down. Breathe out to lift. Breathe in to take it down. Keep going, please. Good. Make sure that you have breaks whenever you need breaks. I'm not going to give you a break, so please take it when you need it. Up and to the back. Up to the front. 2 more times. Take it up to the back. Up to the front. And then keep the leg nice and high. Good. From here, we're going to go knee to knee, toe to toe. So that inward and external, internal rotation. Making sure the hips are nice and steady. Working a little bit deeper into that hip area. Good. 2 more, knee to knee, foot to foot. Last one, knee to knee, foot to foot, and hold it wide open, that knee. Good. Extend the leg and bend the leg. Extend the leg and bend the leg as elegantly as you can. Extend, make sure the hip doesn't drop backwards. Keep those hips facing forward. Good, you need to keep your knees open. Keep your knees open. That's it. And now extend with the knee open. Stay open through the knee. You've got 2 more. and extend. Bend, you've got one more. Extend, hold. Tiny little rotations here. Make sure that the leg doesn't sink. Try to turn the knee up as far as you can. Change the direction. You've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend that leg and rest. Beautiful. Bring both of your arms forward. Also grab one of your hand weights. You might want to use a hand weight, but don't start off with the hand weight. Bring your hands forward. Both of your hands are the same length. So all 10 fingers are the same length. Please make sure the shoulders are stacked properly. And then you lift the arm up and you're going to see if you can find some rotation here through the torso. Arm goes to 45 degrees and then it comes back again. So make sure that you are adhering to that 45-degree angle at the back. Once you get to 45 degree and you think, I'm not maxed out yet, I would like to go a little bit further, then rotate your breastbone rather than pulling the arm onto the floor. So try then to pull the bottom rim a little bit further back. Breathe out. Good. Once we've done these 3, if you think, yeah, I would like a little bit more, then grab the hand weight. So with the hand weight, you just have to pull your tummy in a little bit more and give this whole movement a little bit more core strength. So keep the hips facing forward. Keep pulling the tummy and tuck your tail in. Make sure the waist is lifted. And see if you can pull the pelvic floor up as well. Strong breath out. And then either breathe in to bring it back to the front, or breathe in at the back and then breathe out again to move. What you're looking for here is movement, rotation from the hip into your armpit. So it should feel a little bit like you're wringing out a towel. Okay, keep looking at your fingernails here. So you want to keep seeing your fingernails, please. Don't lose the sight of your fingers or hand. Good, you've got one more. Find that rotation. And back to the front. Good job. Lose the hand weight and come up onto your elbow. Good, so we've been working on side planks for the last couple of weeks. Let's keep that going. So if you've got sore shoulders, then don't move the hips, okay? Keep the hip on the floor. But what I need you to do, I need you to try to lift the waist off the mat. So a nice lifted waist. Shoulder and elbow is aligned and the elbow is directly underneath your shoulder joint. Level 1 or level 2. So level 1 is just you holding here and doing nothing except for engaging away from the floor. Level 2, bring the other hand forward. So this hand here, bring it down onto the floor. And what you want to do now, you want to exhale to lift your hips up. Inhale to bring your hips down. Exhale to lift the hips up. Inhale to take them down. That's your level 2. So if you think, yeah, this is just about as hard as I want to work today, then stay with this. If you can do more, level 3, then lengthen the top leg. Take your top hand, hang on to your hip bone. Good. And now come up, lift up, and take it down. Make sure there is no pressure building up in your shoulder. Keep that shoulder and elbow aligned. You've got 3 more. 2. And now everybody, hold it. So level 1, you're still in the same position. Level 2, you're just holding it. No more movement. You've got 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Good. And then find that hip on the floor. Fantastic. Good. Sit up for me. If you can't sit upright on the floor, then you must see if you can sit on your block. So the block gives your hips and your hamstring a little bit more freedom. So make sure that you can sit upright. If you're on the block and you're still not upright, then grab a pillow, a cushion, and make it even taller. So the taller you are here, the more upright you can be. So I really don't want you to sit there. I'll show you from the side. So I need you to be able to sit upright. So if you're in this position, you need something else underneath here until you can sit nice and upright. So make sure you take a couple of seconds to think about it. Am I really upright or am I arching? Good. And then bring the arms out here. Good. And then I'm just going to start with a level 1. So just rotate, look over the shoulder and back to the center. Really quite gentle, particularly with osteoporosis. You want to keep this gentle. You want to feel a small rotation. Should be nice and warm because we did the open book a moment ago. Good. And osteoporosis, back issues, I also recommend that you stay here. Don't progress into a level 2. A level 2 is you rotate and you flex at the same time. So reach for your little toe and look underneath the armpit to the back of the room, back to the center. You might be halfway, and that's okay as long as you're feeling the stretches. Inhale back to the center. And every time you come to the back, you focus on sitting really, really, really upright. For a level 3, we go lean into it a little bit more, and a little bit more. So there's a 3 forward motions. 3 forward motions. 1, 2, and deepest 3. Back to the center. 2 more times. 1, 2, 3. Back to the center. You've got 1 more. And 1, 2, and 3. And back to the center. And relax. Good job. All right, we're coming off the block. Take 1 hand weight with you, particularly if you use the hand weight on the other side. And then line your side. Take time to line yourself up. So your feet, your bum, your shoulder, the back of the head. You can use the back of the mat to do so. So if you're feeling a little bit of, I don't know, I can't see myself, then just use the back of the mat to do it. Good. Stack your shoulders. If the shoulders are stacked properly, your rib cage will be lifted. And then lengthen the top leg. And until everybody has stopped fiddling, we're going to do some flexing and pointing through the feet. Great for gait, for balance. So that flexing and that pointing. Good, all right, I think we're ready. Lift that leg up. I'm pointed and I'm not losing the gap underneath my waist. So keep that gap there. And I'm bringing the leg forward, tap the floor. Lift the leg up, tap the floor behind you without the bottom leg lifting off. So you're going to have to see how far you can get it back without that lift, please. Lift up, bring it forward, draw the belly button in, lift your pelvic floor, keep everything nicely engaged. Really lovely long leg. Keep breathing, please. Nice and high. Have lots of breaks if you need to. I won't give them to you. 2 more. And then hold the leg nice and high. Good. All right. Knee to knee. Foot to foot. Really opening up that knee. So the foot to foot, really open up the knee as high as you can. And then the knee to knee, you want to really work on lifting the foot up to the ceiling. So toe to toe, knee comes up, knee to knee, foot comes up. Keep going. Nice deep rotations. Do as much as you can, have lots of breaks. Make sure you don't hold your breath. 2 more. Good, and then hold that knee open. Hold it open. Draw the belly button in, tuck the tail in, extend. And close your feet, but not your knees. So keep those knees wide open. That's it. And don't forget, Mr. Pilates worked with lots of ballerinas. So make sure that leg looks nice and elegant. Keep the knees open. Breathe out to lengthen. Breathe in to pull it back. You've got 4 more. 3. 2. You got 1 more. And 1. Hold. Tiny little circles. Make sure the waist and the ribs haven't collapsed. Keep it going. That leg is super heavy by now, I hope. Change the direction. I'm losing your leg length a little bit now, so keep it long all the way into your ankles. From the hip all the way into your ankles. Don't have a floppy leg. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the knee and close your thighs. Bring both arms forward. Don't start off with the hand weight. Give it about 3 rotations before you go in with the hand weight. So find that rotation, look to the back of the room. Keep looking at your palm to 45 degrees. And if you want more rotation, you can, but not through the arm, through the rib cage. So try to pull the bottom rib a little bit further back. Keep breathing. You can either split your breath or do an exhale back, inhale forward. Or you exhale to the back, inhale at the back, exhale to move back to the front. Good. If you want, you can now grab your hand weight. You don't have to. And find a deeper rotation. Good. So obviously, if you're doing this recorded, I have no control of what sort of hand weight you're using. But generally, it's a light hand weight between 1, 1.5, max 2 kilos. So even if you're a strong man that goes to the gym a lot, you still want to keep it fairly light because you want to find the movement and you want to be able to feel what you're doing. Don't forget, you're pulling the tummy and you're tucking your tail between your legs. You're lifting your pelvic floor. This is your last one. Bring it back to the front. Gently place your hand weight down and come onto your elbow. Good. Again, we're making sure that our elbow and shoulder are aligned. Wearing my baggy t-shirt again, aren't I? And for a level 1, you're simply holding this position. And you can even place the hand forward like this, but you still want to really lift the waist away from the floor. And that's your level 1. Don't do anything. Don't lift off the floor. Don't do any movements. Just keep it here. For a level 2, we're now going to start to lift the hips up on the exhale. On the inhale, we bring it down. On the exhale, we lift. On the inhale, we bring it down. Good. Try not to rely too much on your arms. See if you can engage the core a little bit more and lift from the waist. From the waist. Good. Level 3, hand on hip. Good. And now we're going to hold. Hold it, please. Hold, hold, hold. So level 1, don't lift up. But level 2, level 3, hold and breathe. Nice deep breaths. You've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and gently bring it down. Good. Sit upright and give me little shoulder rolls. Well done. Okay. I would like you on your chest. Come onto your chest, please, with long legs. Arms are in surrender, so they're lining up. Oh, the cat's had very, very sandy paws. The arms are lined up with the edge of the mat. The hands are on the wooden floor, so not on the mat. And your elbows are not quite lined up with your shoulders, so a little bit closer to your hips. Now, find your bum cheek engagement. So really clench your bum. Turn your heels inwards into a Pilates V. Toes are pointing out, heels are pointing in, and you're tucking your tail in. You're drawing the belly away from the floor and you're lifting the pelvic floor. And then on the exhale, you lift the back of your head up. Don't lift the elbows off for a level 1 and bring it back down again. Inhale. Exhale to lift through the back of the head. Don't lead with your shoulders. Lead with the back of your head and back down again. And don't engage and relax your bum cheek and your core. It's always engaged. So continuously draw the belly in. Continuously clench your bum cheek, even on the inhale. For a level 2, you now may bring this up much, much higher and back down again. And you're coming up and down segmentally. So one body part after the other one, all led by the back of your head. On the way down, you keep the back of your head nice and high before you bring everything back down again. You should feel a stretch just below that rib cage. Only bring it up as high as you can without there being any increased pressure into your lower back. Breathe out to come up. Breathe in to take it down. You've got one more. And bring it back down again. Fantastic. Good. Okay. I want you to come up into that child's pose once more. Just sit back and relax that back. Yep, stay there for a moment. Just need to take my phone a little bit lower to the floor so I can see what the time is. Because what I would like to do next, I would like you to come onto your back. Come onto your back. And we're going to just practice and remind ourselves of what we should be doing with our core. So when I refer to engage your core, that's what we're going to talk about now. So we're going to start off with a pelvic tilt. So when you lie flat on the floor, your hips are facing up to the ceiling. And when you do a pelvic tilt, the two hip bones to pubic bones are pulling towards you, towards your rib cage. The belly button sinks downwards and the pelvic floor lifts. But that's not everything. I need you to start to find a vacuum packing sensation. It's almost like you're shrink wrapping your torso, particularly around the waist. And you're doing this particularly well with the correct breathing pattern. So when the hips are facing up, to the ceiling, you take an inhale in. And then on the exhale, you do your shrink wrapping. So you're really wrapping your waist into a tight belt. And then on the inhale, you remove that belt. So we're switching it on and off at the moment. Breathe out. And breathe in. You're still doing these pelvic tilts. You're still pulling the belly in. You're still tilting the two hip bones. You're still lifting your pelvic floor. Good. And what I would like you to do now is keep your hips neutral. So what I'd like you to do now is do your core engagement and to shrink wrapping, but no more tilt. So there is no tilting going on. You take a deep breath in. There's a mini gap underneath the lower back. And on the exhale, you do all of your core engagement. So you pull your tummy in, you lift your pelvic floor, and you shrink wrap your waist. On the inhale, you relax it again. On the exhale, you shrink wrap. You can even place your hands on your tummy and you should feel how the tension underneath your palms becomes greater. Breathe out. And really pull up through that pelvic floor, through the genitals and the back passage. On the inhale, relax. Good, and what I would like you to do now is you're going to engage everything and you're going to breathe without letting go. So take a deep breath in. On the exhale, draw the belly button and lift the pelvic floor. Shrink wrap your waist. There's still a mini gap underneath your lower back. And now inhale through the nose and exhale through pursed lips. And make sure you don't give me shallow breathing. So I don't want the breathing up in your chest. I want that breathing in deep inside your lungs. So towards the back of your torso and towards the bottom of your rib cage. And the trick is not to let go. Keep going. Keep that nicely engaged. You've got 3 more breaths. 2. Last one. Good, and then relax it for a moment. You're now going to bring the arms alongside you, if they aren't already. And you're going to do exactly the same thing again. So you're going to shrink wrap your torso. You're going to engage your core. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, draw the belly button in, lift the pelvic floor, shrink wrap your waist and breathe. With the second breath, you're going to lift your legs into tabletop. Inhale, exhale, lift one leg followed by the second leg. There shouldn't be any twitching going on, and then bring it back down again. Switch on your shoulders a little bit more and your triceps, the back of your arms. So push that into the floor as well. Keep going, keep shrink wrapping, lift. and bring it back down again. Inhale. 2 more times. Lift, lift. Inhale back down. You've got 1 more. Lift, lift. Hold it there. Good. We're now going to move the hips out to the side and close them again. If you find it's too much for you, then place your feet on the floor, hip width apart, and open and close your knees with your feet on the floor. Make sure that your baby gap underneath your lower back does not become bigger or smaller. Good. Your knees are directly over the top of your hips. Open up and close. Good. Now keep breathing. You inhale to open, exhale to close. Imagine a spring between your thighs. A spring, a big spring, and it's a heavy spring. So when you close your thighs, it should feel hard. Good. Make sure that the shrink wrapping is still there. Breathe out. 1 more time. Open up. Exhale, close. Good. And then place your feet on the floor. And now relax your core. Good. Widen your legs, wider than the mat. So wider than the mat. Feet are wider than your mat. Good. Arms are out in a T position. And you're now going to go from side to side. Find a little twist stretch there through the lower spine, through the front of your hips. Good. And then over to the other side. So in case you didn't catch it, our feet are on the outside of the mat, both of them. So they're nowhere near one another. Wide legs, wide knees, wide feet. And keep going. I hope you felt that shrink wrapping sensation, that deep core engagement. It's always good practice to practice that separately. Are you engaging now through the core? Yes, you are, but you're not holding on to it too much, because if you hold on to it too much, like we did in the previous exercise, it's almost impossible to stretch because you're doing the opposite of what we're trying to achieve here. Good, but what you need to do is just tail tuck a little bit so that the lower back doesn't go into this arching position. So you don't want to arch your lower back, but at the same time, you want to give it freedom, that body. You want to be able to move and open up. Good, you've got 1 more on the other side. Fantastic. And then bring that back to the center. Well done. And then pull the knees to your chest for a moment and just rock if you need to. You don't have to rock, you can hold it still. Good job. And from here, turn onto your side and come on up into a seated position. Make sure you don't get up until you have checked that you're not dizzy. Well done, everybody. Good job. Right, I'm going to turn the recording off. Thank you very much for coming. Let me know at the club when you see me and give me a feedback then. Bye-bye.